I, teacher Khazar Mohammed Malik from Government UPS Bondi. Today I have selected class 8th subject history. My topic is from trade to territory, mentioned on page number 10 and 11. Dear students, Aurangzeb was one of the strong king, and before his death in 1707, the central authority of the Mughals was very much strong. They have already selected and appointed some subedars who are different provinces, and their ultimate aim was to collect the tax and to maintain law and order situation there. But when they saw the death of Aurangzeb in 1707, they uh, uh, they proclaimed their independence and refused to pay the tax and refused to pay the soldiers and refused to pay the loyalty with the central authority of the Mughals. It means that their center was stationed at Delhi and it became weak due to financial crunch. And these Nawabs, especially from the Awadh, from the Bengal, from the Bihar, when they proclaimed their independence, the central authority became weak. It created one or other kind of political vacuum. Earlier, Portuguese came to India. There were also the Dutch people from the Netherlands, French people from the France, and British from the England. They had already arrived in India, and they had established their companies and they traded different types of items in India. Cloves, cardamom, cinnamon, pepper, clothes, especially cotton and silk. They used to fight with each other. Initially, when we go about the history of the arrival of the Portuguese in 1498 in India, it is one of the interesting story. The Portuguese were very much interested to tour around the world through gap of South Africa. They managed to reach Calcutta, where Zumarian was actually the Indian king, and he welcomed them. He gave them gold. He gave them clothes. He gave them uh, land for trading purposes and from establishment of the forts. Um, uh, when he went back, uh, Vasco da Gama went back. He also brought other explorers to India. This news spread it rest of other places in Europe, and people of Dutch, people of France and England, they also began to arrive in India. They are developed one or other kind of competition among them. They formed uh, their factories. Even they managed to arrange the security from their respective countries. British was a private trading company, and traders associated were already uh, uh, doing the trade privately. Uh, uh, when competition increased among them, their ultimate aim was to purchase the goods uh, on very low price and to manufacture them and then finally sell them in form of functional goods among the Indians inside the Indian markets. Uh, After fortification, they are on profit earning, more and more profit earning. They are developed conflicts among them, so they used to fight with each other. Portuguese used to fight with Dutch, Dutch used to fight with England, and English people used to fight with French people. One of the important conflict which developed between French and English was so-called the Carnatic Wars, the battles which were fought between France and Britain was so-called the Carnatic War. A series of wars were fought between the two countries. By the way, Indian rulers were very weak and they were submissive, they were loyal to the British, they showed sympathy with them, uh, especially from the Bengal and Oudh, and they used to hand over some important positions, landed positions to the British. When British became very strong, by the way, earlier Aurangzeb issued a farman in favor of them, and he allowed them to trade freely in India, especially at Calcutta. After the death, after this farman, more uh, four villages were assigned to them in Calcutta. When 4 villages were assigned to the British, it means they got the right to collect the zimindari from there. Zimindari was a special type of a tax which was collected from the Indian peasants for the maintenance of the zimindar. You know, whatsoever required the British in form of uh, uh, military, in form of other assistances for the maintenance of the king, that tax was actually used to pay by the zemindar. And the zemindar could not pay it by his own. He actually imposed it over the peasants. This zemindari collection of the zemindari was given to the English. It means that they became the real administrators, real rulers, and this was the first type of mistake which was committed by the rulers of Calcutta, especially the Nawabs, which allowed them to collect this. The lesson will remain continue, inshallah, tomorrow as well. Till remain very happy. Khuda Hafiz.